Hey, 7th graders, we're working on proportions today. That's new to you, but the concept that builds from proportions is ratios, and that's not new. That's 6th grade. So the first thing we're going to do is review ratios, and then we'll move into proportions. All right, your note sheet looks a lot like this, so just fill in as I go. Ratios. A ratio is a comparison of two or more numbers. So you need two or more numbers and compare them. So in my example here, I got some stars and I got some circles. And I want to know the ratio of stars to circles. Now the most important thing about ratios is that the order matters. So whatever it says first is the number that you put first. So stars is first, so I look and I have 2 stars, so I put that number first. Circles is next, so then I put circles, 3. 2, 2, 3. 2 stars to 3 circles. Order matters. You should know there are 3 ways to write a ratio. 3 ways to write a ratio. One is with the number, and then the word 2, and then another number. The other is as if it's a fraction, 2 over 3. And last but not least is the almighty colon, 2, 3. That's all the singing you're getting out of me today, unless I break into rap. It could happen. All right. Moving away from ratios, where order is the most important, into proportions. A proportion is an equation showing 2 ratios are equivalent. For proportions, guys, just think equivalent fractions. If I have 10 over 25 is equal to 40 over 100, this is a proportion, but it's also an equivalent fraction because 10 times 4 is 40 and 25 times 4 is 100. So proportions are just equivalent fractions. 5/8 is equal to 15 over 24. 5 times 3 is 15. 8 times 3 is 24. They are equivalent fractions or proportions. In a proportion, if the ratios are equivalent, then the cross products are equal. What's a cross product? Well, you've actually done this before. If you remember, good old crisscross your fractions, make a butterfly. That is how we solve proportions. Okay? So we take 2 equivalent fractions, except the thing is, instead of all numbers, it's a proportion that contains a variable. So that letter there just throws us off, and we have to figure out how to solve it. Well, we can use cross products, or I call it the butterfly. So step 1 is to circle your cross products. So I circled n and 15, and I circled 9 and 10. Okay, kind of making a butterfly. Fly, fly, fly away. Goodbye, but no, come back, we're not done. We're not done. Okay, so the butterfly's back. Okay. Step 2 is to actually multiply. So in this case, when we do cross products, we're going to be multiplying 15 and n, and 9 and 10. So 15 times n is equal to 9 times 10. Step 3, we simplify that equation and we solve it using the inverse property. So 15n equals 90. Now we did this because 15 times n can be written as 15n equals 90, 9 times 10. Now it's just a one-step equation. So we draw our t, and we figure out what inverse property, what's the opposite thing that I have to do to get this little variable by himself. So I have 15 times n, so the opposite or inverse of multiplying by 15 is to divide. So I divide 15 on one side, but whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other, so I divide 15 on the other side. Over here, 15 divided by 15 leaves me with 1 n, but I don't need that 1 because that's what n is. It's just 1. Okay? So n equals 90 divided by 15 is 6. So up here, this is actually 6/9 is equal to 10/15. You just solved a proportion. You have 3 more on your sheet. Good luck, guys, and have a good one.